total torque out in the garage. If we make bad decisions, it's worse. We're stuck. Hunter, can you just get behind us and make exhaust noises?
Well, we got a project truck, another one, 72 C20, picked it up out of the junkyard about 15 minutes north of here. I've actually known this truck my entire life, so it's kind of cool that I ended up with it. I think the last time I saw this truck on the road, I was probably 16 or 17 years old working at the local hardware store, and this pulled in and puked transmission in a big old puddle all over the parking lot. And I hadn't seen it since until I ran up to one of the junkyards, went to find a fender and saw this old girl hanging out, and talked to the owner, asked him what he had to have for it, waited about a week and a half, reached out to him again. We talked about a price, drug it onto a trailer, not realizing that logs were holding the frame off of the rear end. So we have a lot of suspension work to do. He didn't know if it ran. It came with keys, came with a title. He never even put a battery in it to find out, but I remember the truck running and driving from when I was a little kid up until, like I said, probably 16 or 17 years old. So I got my cousin Nathan coming down today. We're gonna try and throw a battery in it, shove some gas down its throat. We're gonna see what happens. So yeah, we'll give it a shot, and I'll give you guys a quick walk around so you can see what we're dealing with. But what I really wanted to do with this was find a budget truck or a car, a classic, and get it ready for summer. I really wanted to try and find something that, you know, you could run to a show, run in a cruise, you know, take out for pizza, take out for ice cream, something like that. Just something to have fun with, but on a budget. My personal goal for this summer was to find something, and no matter what work it needed, stay under the $2,500 mark, just to show everybody that you still can have fun on a $2,500 budget for working with some of this old iron. So we're gonna try it out. I'll keep you guys up to date on the budget, the list, everything that we're gonna do, everything that it needs. So stick along for the ride. So when I found this in the junkyard, the dead giveaway that I knew this was the truck that I had seen when I was little, missing passenger mirror. Never had a passenger mirror the entire time I was growing up. But I looked at this thing and I thought, oh my gosh, the patina, plus the wheels. Those are some big, big tires, especially on a two-wheel drive. We pulled the seat out a couple days ago. Started getting some ideas for some floor pans. That's pretty bad over there. We'll make our way around and see, but this is like my favorite part right here. These door locks, super sweet. But we're missing some steel, but it's just weight reduction. That's just time per quarter mile. So this actually one time had the other side saddle, both side saddle tanks. So a 20 or 22 gallon on this side, a 20 or a 22 gallon on the other side. And I believe 16, somebody might correct me if I'm wrong, 16 or 20 behind the seat. So the side saddle tanks are gone, but the one behind the seat still hopefully holds fuel. This patina is just so cool. Of course, I had to throw one of the old plates from Sanford on it, because that truck just went down the road. This was the seat. There was a cover on it, but it was not in good shape. It had been mouse heaven for a little while, but just look at that door. I mean, that, you can fake that, but I'm not good enough to do it. Weather stripping is gone. I peeled that off, starting to fall down. But I mean, just, that's metal flake, green metal flake on the wheel. Super cool. Like I said, it had keys. That was the biggest thing. But this truck was originally this teal color, and at one time it was primered and then painted white from the factory. This was white. So white upper part of the cab, teal turquoise. I think it's actually called medium green if I remember right. But it was just a custom C20. So it was not a camper special, but the side saddle tanks were added later. That patina is just awesome. Haven't done a whole lot of work on this side of the hood, but this side, get my gloves out of here. You can see some of the green starting to show back through. And we'll do some more work, some steel wool, scuff pads, whatever we can do to get some of that to show back up. But I mean, the hood, I think this had a lot of stuff sitting on it at one point because there's rings, rust rings, marks, scratches. I forgot, this is also the Crazy Ex-Girlfriend edition windshield. So pretty gnarly. And I see somebody got a little happy trying to open the hood at one point, but it does pop. And there she is. So when we drug this out, air cleaner was not there, just open carburetor. I shoved a battery in it. Haven't tried it yet. It does have stiff brakes. Hopefully the master cylinder is still good. We will find out for sure. But overall, pretty cool looking old truck. Also forgot, so obviously the seat was in it when we drug it out. You look and you're like, okay, yeah, I mean, bed floor's got a little bit of rot. Might be pretty solid. Oh no, it's gone. The original spare, look at the tread on that. Man, she's ready to go like 30 feet. Holy smokes, that's real steel. But you can probably tell there is a huge dip right in through here, and it's where all of the bed support is gone. But we already started making a list out of probably a, brake rotor box. Somebody tried at one point to either fix this, or I think if I remember right, the seat cover was like pinned down in here. Pinholes, and then same thing on this side as you get up close to the front. Just gone. That's cement floor down underneath there. And now we take a look at, can you guys see that log in there? You see that? Off the differential. That's neat. Custom exhaust that ends right there. She's a peach, man. For all the bad stuff that's going on with this truck, it looks pretty freaking cool though. So when my cousin Nathan gets here, we'll pitch a battery in it, pour some gas down the throat, and try and fire it up. We're gonna see what happens. We may start an electrical fire. We may blow a mouse nest out. I just noticed though, when I was under it a few minutes ago, there is no exhaust past like the downpipes. So it's probably gonna be pretty loud, but that's pretty much par for the course with everything I own. So my neighbors are just like, yeah, that's that same guy with no exhaust on any of his cars. He's all right. Here's the plan with this. We're gonna put the street signs in. We're going to leave these because these are like killer vintage. Gonna see if we can't get a teal seat cover to match up with the interior, and probably gonna pull the tank out and try and clean it, or else throw a pump and a hose in because it smells straight up varnish, paint thinner, nasty fuel. So we'll see what happens. We should probably try and make it run and drive first, but I didn't, so kind of is what it is now. But it should be pretty cool, or it'll be good yard art. I haven't decided. First start in however many years. Yeah, I'll just keep my face above it in case it backfires. Oh yeah. Yeah, it smells. It smells like electrical fire.
Yes, it does.
Wow. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'd say our battery's about, we're gonna have a jump bag.
We're gonna be driving this thing around town tonight.
I don't know about that with logs on the rear end.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it's great. Would you say hot boxing?
Yeah, you said you're hot boxing.
That's pretty bad. I don't like hot boxing on old paint thinner. All right, I would say part one is complete. Heading home, had to stop by the DG. We got the truck running. Smells horrible. That's okay. We know that it runs. Still got to get some springs underneath the rear end. Find out that whole situation here in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good win for a truck sitting over a decade. I'm happy with it. Sounds pretty healthy. Definitely need some fresh gas in it. I think the next thing that we're probably going to want to do is continue that big list that we got on the brake rotor box. Also, if you're wondering how I went from a black to a blue back to a black shirt, I had a tenderloin at lunch and spilled some ketchup down my front. Had a backup shirt, thought, okay, cool, throw that one on. Well, after we fired up the truck, it stunk in the shop. You probably couldn't tell totally from the video, but it was smoky and it smelled bad. I went back to the black shirt for the ride home. Jacket still stinks. I need a shower. But I'm happy. I think it's a win. We'll catch up with you guys, part 2, coming up soon.